Welcome to Vacation Station, hosted by Lisa and Nancy, editors of BigBlendMagazines.com.
Well, ladies, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Here's to a wonderful stay here at Lancaster-Ridge-Bed-and-Breakfast, and that's where we are right now, everybody. And we're sitting with Susan Reimel. Did I get that right?
You did.
Aha. And we are in the heart of Amish country, of Pennsylvania's Amish country.
Yes.
Wow. And so were you born and raised here?
I was not born and raised here. I was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay.
So I am a Baltimore girl.
Right on. Right on. So what led you here?
My husband is originally from Quakertown, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour and 15, hour and a half from here. His parents still live there on a 40-acre farm.
Ooh.
So to be closer to them, we moved up to this area. And in that process, I said, I'd really like to run a bed and breakfast.
Right
So
on.
here we are.
And how long have you been here?
4 years. This month. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
Well, wait.
Hey, wait.
See, I knew there was
Congratulations.
More cheers.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And here's to, is it your brother-in-law that makes this son-in-law?
My daughter-in-law's father.
Oh,
Who makes the wine.
cheers to him. This is quite lovely.
Thank you.
So
really
come to
good.
Lancaster-Ridge Bed and Breakfast and get some locally made hooch. No, it's not. This is good wine. This is very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you've been here 4 years, and this house, I would call it a manor. I mean, this isn't a normal house. I mean, is this a normal house?
I think it's a little not
extravagant.
normal.
I
I
think
mean,
it's huge.
Obviously a house with an indoor pool is not normal.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is it. You walk in, and I mean, the gardens are exquisite. And I mean, how big is the garden? Like,
We have a little over 5 acres, so a lot of it is wooded, but we do have lots and lots of gardens to take care of. And this time of year, lots and lots of leaves.
yeah, oh, and
we
it's
see
so
that.
pretty to watch them fall down and just, gently like, hello, here I am. And look, you've got all the birds and roses, and it's just, it's beautiful
It is
all the way
beautiful.
around.
Very peaceful.
And it's four real seasons here.
Yes, we do.
That's awesome.
Lots of snow and in the winter, and the fall and the summer. We get it all in the spring.
And I think that's why the pool's indoors. Because I just wanted to say it's not one of those pools that is in a screened-in patio area.
Right, it is actually an indoor
actually
heated
inside.
swimming pool. The room is heated. In the summertime, we do open it up, and we have a retractable roof that opens up and lets some sunshine in.
Oh,
so,
cool.
So
Wow.
it can be kind of an outdoor pool too in the summertime, but it's really
Oh.
great when you're sitting out there in the wintertime and the snow's coming down and you can
Very
swim in a
cool.
heated pool. And it's
Are we allowed to
beautiful.
take wine if we have silicone cups?
You certainly can take wine by the pool.
Oh my God, because that's like, I've always wanted to sit there and go, here I am with my cocktail in my indoor pool looking at the snow.
That's
Saying,
right.
nanny, nanny,
This is
nanny, I'm
my
in the pool.
for the day.
Yes.
So that's got to be really attractive for your visitors to come here, because year round is the pool, because
Right.
that's not a normally their bed and breakfast will have a pool, but it's outside. But this is different. And then you say also families, and that you're pet friendly. This is
Yeah,
unique.
so we, when we opened with the pool, we have 4 grandchildren and 1 on the way, so I knew I wanted to be family friendly. So we decided we would allow families from 0 to 100, all age children. And
If you're 101, get it.
That's right. We wanted to see kids swimming in the pool and having fun, and so we have 2 family suites that hold up to 4 guests, so mom and dad and 2 kids, and it really
cool.
is wonderful, and I just love having the kids here.
That's cool. That's cool. And you got the space for them to run around.
Yes, we have swings out there.
Yeah, a tennis court.
A tennis court they can run around on, and we have games here and puzzles, and so we really love that.
Nice.
It's a party house.
It is a
but
party
a
house.
family, not crazy.
Yes,
party.
right.
Yeah, she's not having a rave here, but but I mean, even the garden with all the gazebos, and to me, I like high tea out in the garden.
Right,
I can
right.
see like quilting groups and scrapbooking groups coming here. The ladies, because they don't mind bunking up either. You know?
Right. Yeah, we've
Artist
had
holidays.
Yeah. And we do get quite a few families. I mean, we've had groups come of 12 people, and mom and dad and the kids and the grandkids, and you can kind of take all 4 rooms and you have your own little sanctuary that you can celebrate with your family and just enjoy time together and swim in the pool. So it's a great place.
So this, you can have how many people sleep up here in total, do you think?
We have 12-person occupancy. So we have 2 family suites that hold up to 4, and then we have another suite that holds 2, and then a queen suite that holds 2.
Let's talk about our room, because seriously, we have the bathroom. If you want the bathroom experience, not only do you walk up stairs, carpeted stairs, to the bathroom with a sky window,
Skylights.
Awesome shower. Like, you can be showered with 3 shower heads. Thank you for getting that. I walked in there, I'm like, okay, should I do a dance and catch water everywhere? But I'm not like that. It was very good. But that is one heck of, that
and
is.
And then a big jetted tub.
Yes,
and 2 sinks.
I know. And a little seating area, and then the bed is comfy. I did not want to get up this morning. It happens in bed and breakfast when they're good. And the beds are good. And I was like, this is a very cozy bed. And then my alarm went off, and I'm like, why? No. I made it downstairs on time there.
You did. You did.
But you slept well too, Nancy.
Yes.
I think most people get up when they smell the bacon cooking.
Oh, yes, that's it.
Right.
And our room overlooks
bacon.
the pool. Listen, hey, speaking of that, breakfast. Oh, my. So have you always been into cooking?
Not
you're
always.
good.
I am learned from my mother, I guess. I'm not a trained chef, but my family had a restaurant in Reisterstown, Maryland for 5 years. I worked for Cracker Barrel for 11 years. So I think it was just part of me is in being in hospitality and cooking for people, and it really makes me happy to be able to serve people really good food, and when they like it, it makes my heart melt. Okay, so
I'm serious, this was a good Eggs Benedict. That's my favorite breakfast is Eggs Benedict. And I've never had this kind of Eggs Benedict.
That's totally different.
We've had Eggs Benedict on biscuits and different B&Bs, and everyone's got a different style, which I really like about the bed and breakfast.
Right.
It's like we've had so many different breakfasts, and even if it's French toast, everyone's is completely different. But your Eggs Benedict,
Totally
so
different.
you have your ham, and then you did this hash, but it was with
we did a
sweet potatoes.
sweet potato and zucchini and
Caramelized
yellow squash and caramelized onions with poached eggs and a smoked Cooper cheese sauce over the top.
So that was
really good.
she's all like, we're not doing hollandaise, we're doing cheese sauce smoked. And I'm like,
yay.
I don't even know. We filmed this, and everyone, you're going to be able to see this soon in one of the magazines. And but honestly, that was very difficult to film.
It was my first time too, but it was fun.
No, I was hungry.
I enjoyed doing it.
You're hungry. She's sitting there grating the cheese, and I'm like, no, can I eat it now? And then you walked around and do something on the stove, and I see the cheese, and I'm like, I'm going in. No, I better not. No,
just one little piece.
But that was a good.
Oh, it was
that
really
was
delicious.
Seriously delicious. And then the grapes. That was another way of presenting
totally
food.
new.
That was new, and that was really refreshing.
Yes, that was a creamy grape salad.
Yeah.
So it's cream cheese, sour cream, just a tiny little bit of sugar, and you toss that together and serve it with pecans.
Yeah.
It's a nice, refreshing
It's a little different than a lot of people use the Greek yogurt kind of deal. So it's like your own version, and I like that. I really, that was good. I was like, okay, wait a minute. She's got cheese and everything.
Yes.
What's for breakfast tomorrow?
I think tomorrow we are doing a baked French toast. So we'll have some pictures of that and a little recipe.
Yay! Everyone, you're gonna get these recipes. Very excited for that. So food, you're gonna love breakfast, everyone. So you've got the house, you've got the beautiful garden, okay? But one thing I do want to touch on regarding food and the house and the garden is pears. Because you have a thing about pears.
Yes, the pear is our logo, and we traveled to a bed and breakfast up in New Hampshire for my son's graduation. And while we were there, we stayed at another bed and breakfast, so before we opened up this one, and the gentleman there made poached pears, and I had never poached a pear before, so I said, how do you poach a pear? And my husband, being funny, said, you shoot it out of season. And
that is funny.
The gentleman there said he was going to use that as a joke in his bed and breakfast, but so that led us to use the pear for our logo because we had a cute little story to go with it. And I know last time I had a young lady staying here, she counted my pears, and at that time we had about 65. And we probably have well over 100 now.
Pears
throughout the property.
I mean, I thought this was a Hershey's Kiss on the table, the pie platter thing.
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Cake plate.
A cake plate, yeah. I thought it was a Hershey's, and then I looked and I was like, it's a pear. You know?
Pear.
And you got pears everywhere, but in the garden, pears?
We do not have any pear trees. No.
Yet. It's
not
coming.
yet. Yeah,
It's
maybe
coming.
we need to plant a pear tree.
She needs a pear tree.
Yeah.
She needs a pear tree. Today we went out to Ephrata, and that's where we are, Ephrata.
Yes.
Am I saying that right? Not Ephrata. Frittatas from Ephrata. So we're in the heart of the Amish country, and we experienced that today. We went out and we did find the oldest covered bridge in Lancaster County here. And you drive over it, and I had to because I couldn't park yet, and I was like, "You're going over the bridge whether you like it or not," because I'm a little nervous about bridges.
Right.
But it's really cute, and you go through the farmlands and everything.
It's beautiful.
The downtown is charming. That
It's very
downtown
nice, yeah.
is exquisite, and then we went to 2 different parks. We went to your community park today, and we visited the Veterans Memorial. There was a Native American museum there.
Yes.
There are swings, and so just thinking about you and the being family
art
friendly,
center.
there's an art center, and you can walk
Performing
along
arts.
the water, and all the leaves were falling, and there were ducks. It was quite a nice morning.
Yes, it was
It's
beautiful there.
And then the linear trail
We
is
did
really
that.
nice with the, you can now get the bike share. The bikes are there, and you pull up, and if the bikes are there, you call a number in, they give you a code to get the bike off, and you can do the whole 7-mile stretch of the linear trail all the way into Lidditz, and then turn around and come back. And
Wow.
yeah, you don't even have to bring your own bikes.
But this is part of that rail to trail program, which
Yes.
is really cool across the country. In fact, we need to get them on a show.
Yes.
They take old train tracks or railroad and turn it into a multi-use path for cyclists, for walkers, and I think it's really cool.
It's really
we saw all ages on the trail, and we also saw murals, and they're really positive murals. Smile, love is the answer, and the trees again were just. We were walking, and all the fall leaves were coming down. It was magical.
Yeah, very pretty.
We did turn around and also sit at Dick Winter's memorial to the sculpture. So when you talk about military history, the Band of Brothers, I think, is at the point of the bayonet. Is the book he was featured in?
Yes.
For his service, I think it was in World War II, I believe. I'm not quite sure yet, but he has this list of leadership rules of things he's learned from his service, and he lived out here, so it was pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, and a local lady actually that owns the Smithton Inn in Ephrata, she's the one that kind of pushed for that memorial for him. So it was a really nice, nice thing.
And the whole trail is dedicated to him.
Right.
Yeah, so that's really nice. The other part, let's talk about food.
Okay.
Downtown, what can people expect to eat in the downtown?
There's the Griddle and Grind, which is a creperie. They have crepes, and they do have specialty coffees in there. There's the Pressed Plate, which is named after the fact that they're in an old press for newspaper. Cool. Have sandwiches and burgers. There's Laura the Cookie Lady, who was featured on the Christmas Cookie Challenge on the Food Network.
Cool.
And she actually won. So if you look her up, Laura the Cookie Lady, she'll pop up and you can watch it.
Cool. Speaking of cookies, what are they? We had those chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah,
and the
these
other
are from Shady Maple. I actually get all of my breakfast meats from the Shady Maple Market, which is about 20 minutes from here. And they have really great baked goods and stuff, so I get those and put those out for the guests. There's also a wine tasting room at the Smithton Inn. They have live music in the evenings. You can do that. Black Forest Brewery, which they brew their own beer there, which is a really nice place to go in Ephrata. So there's lots of choices.
And also there's the Revere's Pub that we're not going to be able to make it because time-wise, but it's got to do with James Buchanan owned it.
Is
the
that...
Buchanan? Oh, maybe it's in a different town.
Lidditz. How do you spell that?
Okay. Yeah, maybe that's in Lidditz. Or no, Lidditz.
Yeah, it's a really old tavern, and it was owned by James Buchanan.
Built in 1747.
Oh, you go, girl.
Yeah.
You remember this.
I don't think we've been there yet, but Lidditz is a cute little place to walk around too. They have some great stuff there.
I think, when you built that long ago, it's got to be interesting inside.
That's true.
You
That's true.
want to go see it.
when you think about where Ephrata is, and then you're in Lancaster County, there's Lancaster as well. You're real close even to, I mean, when you think about folks coming out from Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, where are people coming from? Do you think those cities?
We get a lot from New York City, New Jersey, the Philadelphia area. And I think now with the situation with travel and stuff, we're getting a lot of people that are closer by that just need to get away.
To get out. And you're so spacious here. Like, there's sitting areas all outside. That you're separated. It's like little nooks everywhere.
Right. Yeah, we definitely have the space to, with only 4 rooms, I mean, everybody could be in their own room and we would still have space for everybody to sit.
Indoors
and,
or out.
Right. And by the pool, we are dedicating tables for each room so you know that your room has its own table out there. And 6-foot separation for breakfast. And
and what about weddings? Because it looks like a beautiful place for weddings.
At this time, we can't have big weddings, but we could do small elopements. If they took the whole house, I would be happy to, help plan something for them and do a small wedding.
Honeymoon and say, honey, this is the kind of house you're building me, right?
That's right.
Or maybe you should do that for the engagement party just for a sake. But no, once you're married, that's it. This is what I want.
That's
or
right.
Or it could be the other way. It could be the husband going, now, honey, I would like to have my breakfast just like this.
Uh-oh. You never know, man. Exactly.
I ask a lot of people that. I said, do you eat like this every day? And they're like, no.
No, I tell you, that's why I'm glad we went on the linear trail today. And I'm like, yeah, but it's so cool because your kitchen's open and it's so, I don't know, it's just, you feel at home immediately.
Well, that was one of the things when we bought the place. We had heard that the best thing is to close off your kitchen. And once I was here and started interacting with the guests, I knew that's not what I wanted for my bed and breakfast. It's very important for me to make a connection with each and every person that comes in here. And typically when they're leaving, we're friends. I mean, Paul even made a comment, our very first guests ever, we've actually had dinner with them and visited with them. He says, we're going to have way too many friends if you get to be best friends with everybody that comes in.
Awesome.
But it feels that way, when they leave. And before COVID, my goal was always to be, able to give them a hug when they leave, and that was important to me.
The kitchen is the heart of the home. So I think you're right about this.
Yeah, I mean, now you've broken 3 rules. 4, because you have a pool in your house.
Right.
That's it. That's it. You've got, you're pet friendly. I know there's a lot of inns that do that, but kid friendlies and, that's not normal, not usual, I should say.
Yeah,
I think,
normal.
well, this house is not normal. This is like, explain it. Yeah, it is a manor. Yeah. It is a manor. Yeah. So, but let's talk about the history of this house because that's also interesting.
Right. So there's a book out called Omi, Mother of Courage, and the mother in that book brought her children over 4 at a time. There was 8 of them, so she brought them over during the war to come to the States, and they started a business here and eventually did something with medical adhesive of some sort and patented and made a good living for themselves and built this manor.
It is, and it has like the circular driveway at the front, like the old carriages used to do. Those carriage driveways for the.
So we were lucky enough to find it when we were looking for a bed and breakfast, and when we walked in here, you're just in awe. And we knew that this would make a wonderful place to share with people and make a great bed and breakfast. And it has.
It's interesting to go and buy a house and start a bed and breakfast versus taking over a bed and breakfast.
Yeah, it's a little bit different starting it yourself. I mean, we had to go through a zoning process and get approval to start it. And
all that stuff. That's why we're having wine.
It took us a little while to get that going, but once we opened the doors and we were going, it's been pretty smooth. I would say the maintenance of a house like this is probably the biggest
I can imagine.
Headache.
I can see a lot of.
Okay, but now there are hidden stairs in this house. I opened the one door that I thought was a closet, and there was stairs in the room, and I'm like, where does that go? Should I dare go up there? Am I going to get in trouble?
So that is, everybody always wants to see the hidden stuff.
I know,
Like what's down there.
I know. It's like if you put private on the door, I'm like, really?
I want to open it.
I know that all the rooms are named after pears, but this door didn't have a pear on it. So.
No. So it's actually a finished attic. When we moved here, it was like that, and it's tons of storage. And I would imagine after a while we'll have it filled up, but it's just a big finished attic.
Okay,
cool.
So
You're welcome to walk up there and take a look if
I was
you
like,
want.
I was like, do I want to go up there? Am I going to get in trouble? But a lot of the bed and breakfasts, especially the Victorian ones, have these little secret staircases, and a lot of times it was for the help to go up. And it's like they're not allowed to be seen.
Right.
Food, which I'm like, oh, get over it. Yeah, really. I know, but
So that's not a hidden staircase.
No, and I know you're not the type of person to do that. You're like, everybody, come on, let's have a good conversation, right? That's it.
Right.
That's it. But yeah, I mean, when you think about, someone, it's an entrepreneurial story, so it's kind of neat that you're carrying on that's what this house is about.
Right. Yeah, I would imagine with all of the gazebos and the pool and the land, they must have had some pretty elaborate parties here.
They had to.
So,
yeah.
Before we go, in regards to visitors coming here, so we were talking, there's covered bridges, there's food, there's shopping, there's all kinds of shopping
Tons
downtown.
of shopping.
What else would folks go and see?
There's so much. There's
go to Wolf Sanctuary.
The Wolf Sanctuary. We've had quite a few guests go to that. Unfortunately, we haven't made it there yet, but we want to. Strasburg Railroad is really close.
Okay.
They have the museum and the Choo Choo Barn that we went to not long ago with this massive train platform.
Oh, wow.
That was really, really neat.
Cool.
Downtown Lidditz is beautiful. There's the oldest pretzel factory there, the Sturgis Pretzel Factory. You can
cool.
actually see the old ovens. You can take the kids in. They'll teach them how to twist a pretzel, and they get a little
how
certificate.
Cool. I want to go.
The Turkey Hill Experience, which is Turkey Hill ice cream and teas.
Oh, there's ice cream in the freezer.
Unlimited. Yes, there's Turkey Hill ice cream in our freezer for our guests. But if you want to go to the experience, it's also unlimited ice cream tasting, and you can create your own flavors. And, so that's a really cool thing for kids.
That's
and
nice.
then in regards to the covered bridges, that's the one thing I would say, that you have 5 routes, and apparently the majority, you have I think 50 covered bridges or
There's
something?
a lot. And I believe there is a map you can download to go around to all of those covered bridges.
I think it's at discoverlancaster.com.
Yes.
That you go on, there's all these different routes, and then there's a cloister out here?
Yes, the cloister is really interesting. It's a really nice tour. All the old buildings are there, and that was a church. You don't want to give too much of it away, but when you go there, they'll tell you how that church started and why it didn't last.
Oh, wow.
So it's really interesting.
I want to know. What
Yeah.
happened?
Have you been to Tiny Town?
Yes, my grandchildren love Tiny Town. It is this warehouse that they turned into this little mini town for kids, with a post office, a fire station, a grocery store, and carts and food, and it's just like a miniature town.
Is that the one? Was that the Gnome Village too? I read something about a gnome.
No,
village.
that's actually on the linear trail. If you walk far enough, you'll see the Gnome Village on the side of the.
We didn't go far.
Yeah, it's pretty far down there. You would probably have to start at the next.
So, we'll be calling you. Go, come get us.
The bikes.
Yeah, get the bikes and take care. No wine is allowed on the trail.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, you know how we.
No, but Tiny Town is just a little town. My little ones will run around in there forever. It's hard to get them out.
What is Christmas like here? I could just winter. It seems to me like fall is magic, but winter has got to have it's got to be fun. I mean, it's even the town.
Unfortunately, last year we didn't get much snow, but we'll see what happens this year. But obviously, around the pool, the snow is beautiful if you can sit around the pool. And then you do have Hershey Park and Dutch Wonderland, who have Christmas villages.
Okay.
There's there's another Christmas village too, and I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I think you also have a Christmas
Kozar's.
Okay.
Kozar's Christmas Village. I'm sure they'll be open this year. I'm not quite sure about Hershey Park and Dutch Wonderland this year, unfortunately.
But
Kozar's.
Hershey's is out here.
Yeah, Hershey is about 40 minutes from us.
That's not bad.
For a day, you drive up and spend the day at Hershey Park. It's not bad.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, thanks for putting up with us.
Oh, you're welcome. It's been wonderful having you.
It's been awesome fun here. Everybody, give them your website so they.
Yep, our website is Obviously, www.Lancaster-Ridge-Bed-and-Breakfast.com. Just
And-
spell the whole thing out.
Yeah, and book direct because you'll
Yes.
save money. And
I have a book direct discount right on my website. Make sure you click on that little box that says book direct, and it's going to give you a discount.
We're on a mission. We're like, we're all, when you're purchasing from, whether it's an independent author or a musician or booking a stay, it is really good to go direct if you can.
If you can,
It's better for the business owner, especially now in these times, small business owners, the independents, and it's good for you.
Yes.
And also, if you do have to do some kind of cancellation, what I've learned on all those websites, people call like the hotel and say, I need to cancel, or I need to postpone, or do this and that, and their hotel and they have their hands tied behind their back.
They can.
So I'm just saying, book direct. And besides, you get to talk to the innkeeper with
That's
Susan.
right. I
And that's
would
more
love to
fun
talk
than
to you.
anything.
That's right.
Exactly. And she'll share her recipes and food with you, and cookies and wine. Thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.